There we go. While we're here, oh my god, you can tell I'm turning 40 next month. Oh lord. Well, nothing you can do about that. Actually, there's plenty you can do about that, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna age gracefully and be cute well into my 60s, just like my mom. Imagine being this lazy. It's very hot. I got the fan on. I got hot tea because I was too lazy to make iced tea. As long as I have something to drink, I say. Gonna wait a couple minutes more, see if people gonna show up, and then we're going to start as we usually do. And by people, I mean more than just my bots walking around down there. Well, hello, Goblinator. Good day, creature of chaos. Good day to you, fellow creature of chaos. And you are Sabin. Okay. Let me see if I can give you... I have to go and check constantly because I can never remember, I won't stay super long. I'm about to leave Mina's place. Like in the next 20-30 minutes. They're much better. But thank you for coming regardless, even if it's for a short time. It's very appreciated. Just gonna go to my companion app and then we are going to get started. Script. Where's my script? And now I remember who you are, so yeah. What avatar does that give me? You are now a kappa from, well, it's the closest thing I have to a goblin in my series of avatars. Oh, come on. Let me have access to my script before Goblinator leaves. Well, you know it's got a good one when the comic is called Trauma Handling. Nobody's going to cry in this one. Just gonna put the music a little bit louder because it's possible that you guys hear some kind of sound in the back. That's my fan because I am currently dying. And I'm trying to stall the dying until I'm done here. Then I can die in peace after the stream. I got work to do first. Love, love, love. I'm staying a tiny bit. I'm happy to catch you. We should do an art sesh vid hang soon. Yes, we should. Been a while. We totally should. Of course, the fans are going to be happy because my mom's in this strip and people love my mom. Then again, I don't blame them. I also love my mom. She's something. She's doing her best. Like A+ for effort, you know? Talking about trauma, I didn't know it was possible to become even more trauma dumping as a person. Dare I ask? Dare I ask while I hum Mario and Kirby songs? Then go do your girlfriend. Therapy is something. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be fun, but goddamn. Well, fun therapy. I'm all for that. That only encourages you to go to therapy more. I'm all for fun therapy and not having a therapist that you look at and you go, this was a mistake. I've had one of those. No thank you. Like, you're not supposed to fear for your life when going to therapy, and that happened to me, and I was like, no, 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 I'm going to stop there. It's going real good, though. Really love the therapist. Yes! Woo! Positive mental health! Just so many hidden repressed memories and dusting hard-crusted. Yeah. There's that, but if you're having fun doing it, then it goes easier, I feel. I mean, I had more fun with my second therapist until she told me, you keep laughing when you tell me these memories and that worries me. Well, excusez-moi for trying to see the positive and all that bullshit. Sorry, I'll just cry if that makes you feel more comfortable. Therapist is my sixth, but she's a part of the poly-kinky and LGBTQIA2+ communities. Oh, so she understands. Also, a very important trait in your therapist, folks. You want a therapist that actually understands and not just goes through the motions. You'll feel it when the therapist just goes through the motions. And they don't listen to you. And they think you want to cancel yourself when really you just have low self-esteem. Like, she was practically begging me to tell her that I wanted to cancel myself. Like, girl, I don't think I'm having fun while doing it. It's me word vomiting for 65 minutes out of 80 session. Good. Also good. Sans le machin. Get it all out. Where's my script? Okay. We were in the car for this story, but I didn't feel like drawing a car interior. See, this is what I mean when I say I change stuff for pacing or laziness. I gotta focus and save up. Oh, hey, new, and I love my therapist. Yay! I skipped one. Yeah, she really knows. She understands neurodivergency too. It's so much better. Oh God, yes, one that understands neuro. Oh yes. I'm pretty sure I just made sounds that should be on my OnlyFans. Hey, new, and I love my therapist. That's good. Or no, therapist shouldn't be the pushing narratives on you. And hey, guys, glad I didn't miss it. Yeah, I just started, and we're talking about therapy. For once, instead of me just going, I hate everything. I was gonna come, but still. And yeah, having a therapist push a narrative on you because they want to be the Harleen Quinzel to your Joker for some reason. They're going to save you from your deep, terrible past, and I'm just like, look, I have a couple issues, but I don't really want to take over Gotham, like, yeah, she's awesome. She also does art therapy. I'm looking forward to trying that since my best work is my most emotional one. Oh my god, people are participating in the chat today and I couldn't be happier. Oh, I never liked therapists. They aren't effective and I always feel they do things for the money, but that's just a theory, a Joel theory. Well, that's because you haven't found a good one. And honestly, it's kind of hard to find a good one. Like Goblinator just said earlier, they're on their 5 or 6 therapists. It takes a long while to find a good one. Where am I? Had a horrible night, ended up calling the cops after being woken out of a sound sleep. But I got evidence on my doorbell camera. Oh, don't tell me another wait, what time is it? Okay, I can't say it. Don't tell me another fucker! It's okay if your Sundays are to hate the world. Oh my god, Coco, that's horrible. Yes, it is horrible. My therapist has been really helpful. Samurama. Oh! Is that who I think it is? Coco dealing with my family issues. And Samurama is currently Cyan, one of the oldest characters in the party. But in real life, I do believe Samurama is much younger than us. And if it is who I think it is, not saying necessarily we gotta watch our language because as far as I know, if it is who I think it is, okay, so it is. Like, this person is really young, but as far as I know, because I told Paul to warn their parent, I'm trying to be as vague as possible because, well, it's a kid. Their parents that my stream, there's a reason why it's usually restricted. And there's language. There's going to be language and there's going to be subjects. However, I do not draw porn, so it depends on how comfortable the parent is with the language. So, if Samurama is traumatized, I blame everything on Paul, because Paul was the one supposed to tell the parent that I am very rude, piss shit fuck. The thing for me is that they used to put me in therapy for BPD. Turns out I'm not. ASD, ADHD, CPTSD, LMNOP, and chronic pain is def not to be addressed the same way. She's also 3 years younger than me, so she is very up to date. Oh. Nothing but good news. No sarcasm. I love my therapist so much I still see her after she moved over 100 miles away. Yay for telehealth. Well, yeah, when you got a good one, you want to hang on to them. This is both so wholesome and so rude. Now, speaking of room, Samurama, I'm going to teach you, because there's some keywords you can use to do stuff to your characters. If you put an exclamation point before the word, you can fart, you can dance if you want to, you can sit, and sitting will turn your character into a little tent. And if you want your character to move around again, you stand. And sometimes when there's fairies floating around, you can jump to try to catch them. Eventually, I'll take the time to program the store so you guys can actually equip some stuff. I still can't get it to work. Yes, very good news. And teleconsultation only for me too. It's much easier for me. So good. So we're talking about therapy right now, which is a topic we don't usually talk about, but after one of my streams, it's very good to go and seek therapy. I just saw the avatar you were talking about with "This is so cute." Yeah, maybe I should have picked it up to show you which one you have. Here we go. This is you! I'm holding you! Whee! Yeah. Joel is asking, do you guys do anything while she streams? I'm on clip drawing stuff. So Joel likes to draw while I stream. What do you guys do? I think most of the time Coco does chores. Yes, I saw. It's adorable. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. No, don't bump my head. It's already broken. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't tell your brother. Don't tell Mom! I'm working on my watercolor. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Like, I saw the reference photo, and I think you showed me some basic, like, undertone coloring, I think, maybe? Skateboarding Goblin 90s style. Take the edge off. Take the edge off. Because I accidentally got some white edges going on because I was working my ass off on some neon design 2 days ago and it needed like an outline and it didn't want to work, but it was the exact same thing and I got it to work, okay? But I used to be so afraid of Pennywise, so I had to go to therapy, but now I love Pennywise. Pennywise is fine. Do you like Bill Pennywise or Tim Pennywise? Or both? I like having streamers talk while I'm doing art or chores. They're a nice kind of white noise. Thanks, I think? And there is no shame in being afraid of Pennywise when you're young. My first time seeing Pennywise was accidentally at midnight while channel surfing when I was 12. No, thank you. For those in chat, I'm painting a scene I took a photo of at Pride a few years ago. It's for the Pride art exhibition. Yay! Build more, but both. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, they both got their own charm. Oh, Sharon, it's a compliment. I would hope so. Because it kind of sounds like a compliment, like when I dyed my hair blonde for the first time and somebody told me, it's so nice you went back to your natural color, because when you dye your hair brown, you look meaner. And I'm like, fuck you, that's my natural color. My hair color has nothing to do with how mean I can get, okay? But your eyebrows! My eyebrows are blonde. It's not my fault I got Irish blood. You think I dye my eyebrows? I saw Pennywise because my cousin showed me it at age 6. Oh Lord, Coco! Let's show the children eating clown to children. That's a good idea. Currently breaking in a new pen nib. It's so slippery on my tablet. You should get a paper covering. A paper feel covering for your tablet. Like, I don't have that because I like my tablet slippery, but if it bothers you, you can get one of those. A little taller, please. I'm only 1 inch shorter than Mom. I saw the trailer when I was 7, 8 years old. Oh my god, poor dear. Me, it wasn't the trailer, it was the actual show. And like, it was midnight, I was in Nova Scotia, in the living room, trying to sleep, and I need noise to sleep, so I was flipping channels. And there's Georgie reaching down for a clown, and I have no idea what's going on, and suddenly Tim's face changes with the yellow eyes and the teeth, and I'm like, ah! As far as I know, I never had nightmares about Pennywise. Then again, I get so many nightmares, I just lose count, so... I had a nap this morning, Joel knows, because I told him I was having a nap, and I dreamt about Penn and Teller. That's it, they were just there, I don't know. I'm surprised kids aren't as affected with horror stuff. They seem to be either unfazed or amused by it. Joel! First of all, you're the second youngest in here, so you also count as a kid. Be nice. I saw the trailer in theaters. On top of that, I'm gonna drop a couple more fairies. Now, trauma nightmares are borderline funny to me. Yeah, because, well, what are they gonna do? Make you wake up? Ooh! Like, I've literally had nightmares where I got shot in the back and I got stabbed, and that's like this year. And I went back to sleep right away after it. And then I had one dream/nightmare, where I was working at the bakery I used to work at, and I needed some time before I went back to sleep, because that was scarier than getting stabbed in the kidneys. The longer I can do without working retail, the better. Might be nervous waking up. It's nothing but jump scares. Psychological nightmares are worse. Yeah, I can imagine. Where's my text? Where am I? High res? No! I want this. There we go. I was on the wrong quick access menu. Because that might interest Samorama. I have the companion app on my phone where I have access to my quick access menu without having to tap 3 million times on my screen. Because my quick access menus are actually here. But I can swap between them on my phone. If you look at the tabs up here, nothing happens. But they're switching on my phone. Could have sworn they swapped over here too. That's weird. That's actually weird. F retail, hard, raw. F this capitalist hellscape, actually. Yeah, I agree. Compose the rich. I wouldn't put that in my mouth. Funny enough, Child's Play was the one that scared me the most. Chucky is spooky. Yes, Chucky is spooky. And I gotta try out Clip Studio. There is... like, Clip Studio is absolutely fucking terrifying when you start it. But once you get used to at least 1 or 2 tools, then you feel more comfortable experimenting with it. Ask Joel. I'm also showing him some tricks in the Clip Studio. I showed him how to outline a drawing recently, and he was like, "Oh my god, I can't stop! I love this!" Well, deeper, but I like to make fun of him, so. Nowadays, I'm like, nah, I like this guy. Chucky's cool. Rich meat must be salty and bitter on top of with there being too fat or so lean, there's only skin. Or no sun, and then it doesn't taste of anything. Whatever, I'm not putting that in my mouth. Come on. There we go. Now at least that you can see on the left. I'm tapping on my 2 starter pencils, and you can see them swap around as I tap on my phone. Eat the rich meat. No, thank you. Honestly, Clip is not so terrifying if you knew a bit of Photoshop to start with. It helps a lot. I still need to learn so much, but I really hate the no-screen tablet. And I don't think I'll ever be able to justify a $350 tablet. Don't you have a screen tablet? That we both struggle with because it was also touch capacitive and you wanted the touch capacitive off? Also, Photoshop is the devil. I hate Photoshop with a passion. And I am neutral on any other paint programs. No, it's just a touchboard. Ugh. Hey, what did I say about Christmas music during summer? Go away. That's better. What about MS Paint? MS Paint can be good too. Like, a lot of my early digital art, well, I said that my first time doing digital art was on a Commodore 64 with an Atari controller. Most of my early digital art was made with Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo. And that's with a mouse. My problem with Photoshop is not the output. My problem with Photoshop is is the way you pay for it. First of all, it's way too expensive. Secondly, it's actually known for crashing often while you're trying to work. And me personally, I never got it to work. It would crash upon startup, and I had paid $600 for the friggin' box. Like, MS Paint is free, so go nuts if you want to work in MS Paint. I mean, like, there's some people that make absolutely gorgeous stuff in MS Paint. The problem is not MS Paint. The problem with Photoshop is what Adobe, so the company that owns Photoshop does. Plus now with the subscription only thing, that you have to pay, like, still way too much per month / year. And that it's online only. So if you're not connected, you can't use it. No. Some Power Rangers type music playing right here. This one takes the extended desktop into account, plus all the borders of clips, so I get like a third of fork drawing space. Oh dear. For me, it doesn't too much. Well, you're one of the lucky ones. Because I absolutely hate it. I don't care if people in here love it, I absolutely hate it. And, like, I'm willing to try and help people about it, but the most I'm going to do is Google because I refuse to touch it. Psy seemed good, but I still prefer clips. Psy? Did I try Psy? Because I know I tried a couple when GIMP stopped working for me. I know I tried Fire Alpaca. I have Procreate on my iPad, actually. And I did one drawing on it so far. Mostly because I don't have time to play with it more at the moment. It wouldn't be so bad if I saw where on the screen I have to be to work. Yeah, the tablet here, it's screen dare thing, that takes a little bit of practice. Like, it's not really the same as when you work with a mouse with the screen there. Like, a mouse, you expect it to be there and having it move on the screen, but it's not as precise as a pencil. But when you work with a pencil, you expect yourself to be looking down at the tablet, and it's kind of hard to break that. My problem with the practice is that it's literally painful. Yeah, on top of that. While we're here, teeny tiny trick for Samorama. If they're interested in doing comics. When doing lettering, the pronoun I is always capitalized. All the other I's should be like this. Like lowercase. It's one of the cartoon laws of the universe that you're going to learn in the Nate Pieco's lettering book I suggested to you last time. You missed my comment about MS Paint because the bot pushed it upwards. Oh, I'm so sorry, Coco. Like, for the first time in my life, a lot of people are participating, so the chat is going like for me, and I'm trying to work. But I want to read them all. Ah, there it is. My earliest digital art was on MS Paint on Windows 3.1, which didn't even have orange as an option, but you had to do yellow and red pixel by pixel. Vittering! Oh, that must have taken forever! I use Autodesk Sketchbook for my tablet, and I got the book, and thanks for the tip. Like if I can squeeze little tips here and there while I work. That's the best. Now we're gonna save, we're gonna sip, and we're going to clear that up with the red pencil. Of course, there's no obligation when doing sketches and clean up pencils to use blue and red. It's just that like that, I can actually see where I'm inking with black when I use blue and red. Keep entering the contests for tablets. Lol, I'm never on Insta, I hate it. Procreate I was interested in trying to, but it's only Apple, right? Is it? Let me check real quick. You write and place your text so well. Thank you. Is Procreate Apple only? Non-Android devices. Apple only. 15 minutes till my Uber gets here, then I'll be internetless till I'm home. Lost my phone 2 weeks ago. I got a temp phone very quickly, but I'm just getting my replacement SIM today. Oh, finally. Because I think you were waiting on that, weren't you? For like 2 weeks? Yeah. Me and the homies don't like androids. Oh! Would you look at that? I got somebody that joined the party. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Kinda. Ivaki Soma 1K. Thank you for joining the party. I think my pop-up didn't work again. Because I'm supposed to have a pop-up and I didn't hear it. But thank you for joining the party. Yeah, I've had to be on Wi-Fi only, and I hate transportation without my electronical emotional support leash. Ugh. That's something I can't do. Being transported and looking down, whether it's a book, a console, a phone, it makes me car sick right away. Oh, somebody jumped. Or farted. Goblinator farted. We're all grown-ups here. We fart for leisure. Now here's the thing, Clip Studio, I don't know if all versions, but I think by now all versions, though the smaller versions are more limited, have animation capacities. Like, I know mine can animate, mine has animation tools, but I'm not an animator, and I still struggle with understanding how Clip handles animation. Like, they were trying to do a little bit like Flash and Toon Boom, I think, with the timeline at the bottom, but then you have the layers on the side, but when you try to work with the layers, it doesn't work, and then you have to click on the timeline and then on the layers. Ah, like, pick one! I don't have burps, I don't think. Would be fun though if I had more animations. I love Mom, but sometimes my grandma comes out of her. Well, I'll pretend I did burp then. You do that. Nobody is here to judge. Oh, dry throat. Hang on. I'm dying. Okay. What do we want to do? Fart, fart. Open up your butt cheeks. This is our butt speaks. Let's go fart. Well, I think we found the theme song to the live stream. Well, I'm gonna put it on mute for just a little second. My nose is blocked. I love your poses. Thank you. That's poetry. I see Sam Ramos shares our sense of humor. That's good. Like, this kind of comment, well, you're gonna get over that real quick. Like, is the same as when I hear, well, it's all in your head. Well, yeah, it's all in my head. That's why it's called mental illness. You friggin' peanut. Is that gas from your ass? Is that toot from your boot? That hum from your bum? Is that loot in your chute? Holy jeez, Goblinator. You're on fire. It's actually coming from Bob's Burgers. Oh, for a second there, I thought I went deaf. Your sound was off for a few seconds. No, I was blowing my nose. I put myself on mute on purpose. It's a Gene song. Oh, Gene. I don't watch the show, but I know who Gene is. I just don't watch TV. I watch YouTube and that's pretty much it. I love Bob's Burgers. I know that originally they were supposed to be a family of cannibals, and they dropped that real quick. Oh, apparently Goblinator was talking too much. That's enough grinding now. We're not trying to hit level 99 here. I'm the one that actually put that message in for... It was to avoid spam, so... Because we do have a spam problem sometimes from bots. Oh my god, you should. It's wholesome and aware. Let us hear the snot blow. Heck, in the first few episodes of Season 1, they take a position positive about both sex workers and trans people. That's good. Oh, you woke up Nightbot. And Nightbot is held by Shadow. Oh, suddenly Nightbot decides to show up. It doesn't show up when I got people, when I got bots trying to sell me followers, or weird Russian name bots that just write nonsense, but somebody wants to talk a little bit more, and oh, Nightbot's like, oh, hey, stop spamming. Heck, in the first few... I said you should watch it, it's wholesome. Yeah, so I've heard. I watch it with my mom and she forces me to watch with her because she loves the show. It's always nice to see parents also be interested in cartoons. Especially when you're an artist. Opens trench coat, you want some... Opens trench coat, you guys want some followers. Have a good rest of the stream, and sorry for freaking out your spam bot. No, it's okay. I'll spank him later. At least he didn't boot you out, so I'm glad for that. I was glad to finally be able to test my custom text that I put in it, so thank you for that. Before the stream, me and my mom watched Recess. Oh my god, that if it's the one that I think, that's old, isn't it? Okay, going. Bye, Goblinator! Be good, be nice, behave, there's no Wi-Fi in jail. At least that's what I tell myself when I have to deal with idiots. I mean, for people that have been watching the stream and reading Bootleg Cookie, y'all know I have no patience for idiots. Like, sometimes I have to when I used to work retail, but like, I found ways to be able to tell idiots they were idiots to their faces. Without them noticing, of course. You know what's sad, though? People that are not idiots are always the one that come up to you and say, I have a stupid question. No, you're not stupid. You're just not familiar with whatever you're going to ask me. And they asked me, like, the most normal question in the universe for somebody who is not used to whatever they're asking me, like about a tablet or about a console, a video game, stuff like that. Like, you weren't born in the time this technology existed, so you're not familiar with it, and it takes time to learn something new the older you are. And then they have people that think they know everything and tell you the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life. I want something to clean my tablet. Well, we have some liquids over here. Like some spray, some liquid spray over here. Oh no, the guy at the other store told me I can't use liquid on the tablet because I'm going to rub the touch screen technology right off. And then, like, my brain stopped trying to process what I just heard. And then she was like, aha! You just learned something, didn't you? Yes, ma'am. I did just learn something. And in my head I was thinking, that was the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, maybe if you put the tablet in the dishwasher, then yeah, it's going to rub the technology right off. But, like, if you gently moisten a rag and rub the screen, trust me, you're not gonna rub the technology. The only animated things I watch with my folks are Old Lupin the Third, Samurai Jack, Primal, Simpsons, and Future Boy Conan. I watch absolutely nothing with my parents. We just don't watch the same thing. Though once I would like to watch a horror movie with Dad. Dad does like horror movies. I've never watched a full horror movie in my life. Army of Darkness does not count, that's a horror comedy. Same goes for Scary Movie. Everything else their normie brains can't handle. Wonder how they would feel about, like, really old school anime. Like Giant Robo Grandizer and Captain Harlock. And I had to take a second to translate the names in my head because I used to watch those in French. Ooh, Ulysses 31. That's one I want to watch. I have a book, actually, of Ulysses 31, but I've never really seen the anime, and I would like to. I've watched most of the Evil Dead films except the remake. Yeah, the remake doesn't look as fun. I have watched the last 20 minutes of the first Evil Dead, but that was not me being a scaredy cat. That was me accidentally falling on it whilst channel surfing, and I was like, "Ooh, Evil Dead! I do want to watch that." But it was like the end. But it was interesting to watch, actually. But of course, I can't focus on the right things. And instead of being scared of, or, like, getting into the story and, like, anything, I was just like, oh, that's stop motion. Is that oatmeal? While one of the Deadites was melting. Because for the longest times, I didn't watch horror movies because I'm prone to having a lot of nightmares. And I thought if I watch horror movies, I would have even more nightmares. Turns out, people with ADHD have nightmares, period. And I was like, you mean to tell me all this time I could have watched horror movies the entire time, and it would have made absolutely no zero fucking difference? I forgot all about the Evil Dead remake. I sometimes mistake that with Cabin in the Woods. Well, technically. The setting is the same. Inker the Natural. Now the brush I'm using is actually my default brush. The cabin in Kevin was inspired by the Evil Dead house. I wouldn't doubt it. Plus it's technically like a horror comedy in a way, because they're using the tropes against the characters on purpose. Because I do know the story. I don't watch horror movies, but boy do I read them on Wikipedia. The wonderful world of ADHD. Oh, there's a fairy? Oh, no, okay. One thing I like to do when inking and stuff like that, I like to zoom in really close. Choking on my tea, hang on. Thank you, Joel. Is zoom in really close when I have to do curves and stuff like that. So then I can use my elbow or my shoulder to move the pen around instead of my wrist, which gives better lines, less shaky lines. As you can see, this was done with my wrist, this was with my elbow. And it's also less bad on my wrist. And touch wood, I have been lucky. I have ADHD too. Yeah! Relatable content! Of course, I was raised in the 80s, so I didn't have ADHD at the time. I was just lazy and wanted to antagonize the teachers on purpose. And as I was saying, touch wood, I have not had carpal tunnel syndrome in my life yet, because I try to focus most of my drawings starting from my elbow or my shoulder. I also try to, because I have this death grip problem, and I try not to hold my pens too tightly or to dig the nib in the paper / screen. It's not just easier on my wrist, it's also easier on my supplies. One trick I use, usually, is when I work traditionally, I force myself to use this Menso brush. I really love this Menso brush for inking. I'm gonna take a little condom off so you guys can see the bristles. This is old and yet it still keeps its point beautifully. I have a shorter one, but I don't use it as much because it doesn't keep its point. This one keeps its point beautifully. Very good quality. And just gonna try and open that real quick. I also like to use, this is more recent. Oh, we got this. I like to use these. This is yellow, not green. Why are you pink? I'm gonna take out the black one because apparently you guys won't be able to see this one. There we go. Firmly grasp it. And these are manga nib pens. The little one is the Maru pen, and this one is the more regular G pen. And it actually forces me to not push down so goddamn hard when I draw, or else the ink is just not gonna come out. Like, I very, very rarely use a mechanical nib pencil. There we go. Hang on. That's a calligraphy pen. That's not gonna show up what I want to show you guys. There we go. like one of these, if you guys can see. This is an ink pen, a Copic one, that I still have, but I just don't use them anymore because I used to push too hard. I would push the nib inside, and they would barely work half the time. And even the new ones, when I have a lighter touch, sometimes the ink just doesn't want to come out. So I either use the Menso brush that I showed you guys, the nib, or sometimes... Come here, baby. I use a brush nib that looks like this. These can be made out of felt or some kind of rubber feeling material. I prefer the rubber feeling materials. The felt ones tend to feather after a while. And because they're brush nibs, it forces me to have a lighter touch, which is nicer on my wrist. But like that, I have more control on my line weight, which is something I'm still working on. Force the ink out. Joel, stop being violent with your art supplies. That's not nice. Tip-a-tap-a-tip-a-tap. I love how your stylized pump is reminiscent of a dollop of toothpaste on the brush. That perfect swoop. Oh, that's what it looks like in real life when I bought her doing it. Well, I mean, you saw the pictures. I too have trouble believing people want me around. Well, when you spend your childhood, your teenagehood, and a lot of your adulthood being told to go away, it's really difficult to adjust. And I have to say, Mom is a little bit guilty of that. But not necessarily in a mean way. But just to put it in perspective, my first word was wait. So it's not that she was pushing me away, she just wanted me out of the way for a little bit while she was doing stuff. Like, she had me at 19 years old, so you gotta understand too that she was very young. There's a reason why I don't own traditional art supplies anymore. Looks at broken pencils and dried out inks. I saw your room. You don't have the room for all the art supplies you could hoard. I barely have the room for all the art supplies I am hoarding. At least I'm using them. Though I don't know why I bothered to keep the Prismacolors that came with that air compressor that I don't even use. Like, I do use my good Irism one, but I had another one before that I bought because that one shipped to Canada. But turns out, at the time, I only had original Copics. I didn't have any sketch ones, and only the sketch ones would fit in it. Attends, I will never forget that French vocabulary word because of you. Well, maybe, Joel, if you would pick up your frickin' water bottles, you'd have room for art supplies. How about that? Oh, cabron sucio. Almost 2 years. No, more than 2 years of Spanish, and that's all I can say on stream. Samarama, don't repeat what I just said to your dad. Wait, what do you mean by sketch copics? Oh, hang on. So. Yeah, of course I grab a green one. Well, at least you'll see the barrel. This is a Copic. This is actually green, it's just green screen, etc. And this is an original Copic, and the barrel is square. It has a bullet nib on one end, and a chisel nib on the other. But they also have other models, like this is a sketch Copic. Copic, whatever. The barrel is oval, and it also has a chisel nib and a brush nib. And that's the difference. They also have the Chow model, but those have the exact same nibs. They're just smaller, and they have a round barrel. Sharon, no cursing in Spanish. You're gonna get banned by the Spanish bots. Or as I call them, El Robobos. The Copics also have the wide markers. I don't have any of those because I just wouldn't use them. That's what that is. Yes, it is. Let's see if I can back up without rolling over my dog. Now the thing is, with the other air compressor that I'm talking about, it came with its own gun and some adapters, but the adapter would only fit the sketch Copics, and I had like one at the time, so I couldn't do anything with it. And why it's important, because after that, when I got my my pink air compressor, which is tiny, which is what you want when you do art. This is a Copic air gun with the air adapter. It's not plugged right now because I got my other airbrush plugged into my compressor at the moment. And what this neat little thingy does is you can grab either or, click your original Copics, load it in, and then press the trigger, and it's going to spray. Like, it's important that you put the chisel nib this way up, or else you're going to get more splatter than spray. And then you can spray the color by doing like psh, psh motions. Don't keep it pushed in, or else it's not going to do anything, because it's going to dry out the nib. So that's why you want to psh, psh, to give a chance to the nib to refill with ink and get a more equal coverage. But the good thing with that is that it fits Copic originals and it fits sketch Copics. It does not fit Chow. Chow are too small to go in there. But also, I found out with a little bit of experimentation that it can also fit most square alcohol markers you find at the dollar store. So I use the dollar store markers to cover large areas, and then I can save the Copic ink for detailing works. Watch out, Shiro is armed. Also, Lily looks so fluffy after her bath, like a living cloud. Silly dog doesn't realize that she gets more cuddles when she isn't crusty and smelly. It is true. Like, now that she's clean, she doesn't know how much pets she's going to get once Mom comes back for a day off. Oh my god, Lily's just looking at me like, what are you talking about? And of course that's airbrushing as an effect you can get in Clip. As you can see here, I got some extra that I downloaded, of course. But there's like spray, tone scraping, blurred spray. It's all there. It's all fun. Now my default pen that I like to use is Inker the Natural. That one I downloaded too from a friend. Then he has this giant set of Clip Studio brushes, usually for a very good price. Like even when you don't buy it on special, and he puts it on special like fairly often, usually to celebrate something. You get so many brushes, more than 100 brushes. Do you necessarily need them to be a good artist? No. Is it fun to play with? Yes. And that's something I don't understand when artists asks, like when younger artists ask older artists, what kind of brush do you use? And they go, no, you don't need a brush of it. You're never gonna get better if you only depend on brushes of it. But you're using the brush. Why can't the kid use the brush? Buying Copics didn't make my art magnificent on the first day. And I didn't expect them to make my art magnificent on the first day. I just wanted refillable markers. So I wouldn't have to buy an entire box of Crayolas every time I dried up one of the colors before the other. Holy jeez, people. Let the kid use the brush. Or that stupid one, don't use references. Take everything out from your head. I'm drawing these people out of my head, okay? And like, look at the anatomy. And I'm doing this on purpose, mind you. This is literally my quote-unquote easiest style to do. But like when you're drawing something more complicated, use as many references as you can. Because shit is hard to draw. Like, oh my god, they use references! Yeah, and it looks better. Because they can actually see what they're doing. Photo references, statue references. Of course, there's always people, look at your hand. I've been looking at my hands since the beginning of times, and I still struggle to draw hands, okay? So I use 3D models. Because I also can't see depth. I can see some depth, but not as much as other people. But then you'll never learn. If I didn't already know how it worked, all my drawings would look excessively wonky. Because I don't use 3D models when I draw traditionally, and my traditional art is still pretty, so maybe I'm learning something! Don't use decorative brushes! You're never gonna learn how to draw those little details. The idea with decorative brushes is to not break my wrist. I am death. Yes, Joel, just like a puddle. And the idea of saving my wrist is so I can draw more. My god, as if every time you try... I always need references even when I'm doing my own original characters because I sometimes forget. Yes, you're doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing. Like, literally, I have this character, this imp character called Taco. I always take out his reference sheet when I draw him. Because he has a certain number of stripes He has a specific shape to his horns. He has a specific shape to his ears, stuff like that. And he's my own character. There is no shame in using reference for your own character. How else will you keep the design consistent? I cannot say it enough. Use reference. Use construction lines. Use photos. Use models. It's not cheating if you're learning. Yeah, but that artist didn't use... Good for that artist. I'm not that artist. Like, Samarama has ADHD too, so they understand. I struggle enough daily as it is. I'm not gonna struggle more to pat your ego, okay? You wanna judge me for how I draw my art? I have a PayPal, okay? Like, ching ching, put some change. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Let the artists learn their own way at their own pace, or else they're gonna stop enjoying doing art if all you do is give them shit for everything they do. Oops, I went down too low. Boop. I prefer moving the line when I go a little too short instead of drawing another one. It's less messy. You're your own artist, guys. Exactly, Joel. Like, you can be, like... You can be inspired by an artist, but you are not that artist. What works for them may not work for you. Maybe they got the eye for perspective or stuff like that. There's some stuff I just can't do, and it's not that I avoid them, but just like with working in a social setting, I have to use my own tricks to fake it. Fake it till you make it. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I'm so late. Had to take a student lesson this afternoon. Hi, Paul. Oh, look, the adult supervision just came in. You guys talk between yourselves. I need to blow my nose again. Because, hey, fun fact, I actually got that from my pappy. When I talk for a long while, non-stop, my nose will fill up with snot. It's disgusting and I hate it. Hiya, Samarama. Hope you are having a great weekend. Samarama, fart. Yes, they are having a great weekend. Hey, Paul, we're talking about how to eat Smurfs again. That was getting mad at people shaming artists for using artist stuff. We started with therapy, and then we talked about horror movies, and now we're here. Artist against artist. Fight! 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 I did talk a bunch about traditional supplies too. And techniques to not break your wrist. And then of course I started screaming. Because what is a Shiro livestream if I don't scream at Strawman once in a while? I'm not talking because I'm trying to breathe. Gonna save, gonna have a sip, and then we are going to color this. Would you have some pixies, please? Okay, hang on. Here we go, pixies! Pixies for everyone. Well, I waited long enough that now my my tea is iced. I'm okay with that. Yeah, look at all of you jump. Whee! Correct plate. Okay, good. Maybe if I actually put it in the flat slayer, it would work better. I love the Lossophil, the Lossophil, the Lossophil. with my mean hair color. Your hair looks so nice. Thank you. It's a good thing you went back to your natural color, because when you dye your hair brown, you look meaner. No, I'm not over it, and I'll never be over it. I am an extremely petty person. And, like, if you give a compliment, don't backhand it, you know? Miss the fairies I was eating. I'm gonna give you some. That's the fun thing about being a god. I have control on everything. It's my stream, I'm the boss, I do what I want. That is the tagline of the stream. That's another thing I like about the Clip Studio. You can build your own palettes. It's also what I did for the Mario comics, which start this Thursday. Chicken. Ooh, I like chicken. So that I can actually keep all the colors consistent without referring to an external sheet. Because like right now I got my color set because I remember which color is what. I got my color set at icons, but if you go on view, and I like to put the list on medium personally, you can name your colors so you can remember which color does what. And honestly, when working on the Mario comics, this has been a bloody lifesaver. And you can add and take out as many colors as you want, depending if you need a color like only for that one issue, or you can just make a palette specifically for a comic issue. Clip Studio is the best. I think it's what I like about Mom, even when she lets her own mom possess her, to put it politely, is that she tries to do better, and I can appreciate that. Not all the time in all circumstances, but she tries. She's still struggling with my gender fluidness. Like, she keeps insisting I'm a girl, but we at least settle on her not calling me a woman. Oh, I just said that. I'm definitely not a woman. A girl maybe sometimes because it's fluid, but not a woman. I don't. I gotta stop saying that word. It's making me feel ugh. I had a marinated herb chicken cutlet in a microwavable bag, so I didn't have to do much cooking. Now, everybody please be jealous of Coco. I just realized that I wasn't too big on anime, but my first real animation involved Goku. Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball. I literally have the mangas. Well, not all of them. I got like from Dragon Ball to the middle of Dragon Ball Z. And then I couldn't find the double volumes anymore. And now they're up to Dragon Ball Superhero and drawn by Toyotaro. I'm not done yet, sweetie. That's the thing. Lily depends on me for entertainment. And she really shouldn't. Like, she has toys. TV upstairs is on for her to watch TV if she wants. But no, she insists on hanging out with me. Like, we're both really looking forward for the parents to come back. Like, when I'm drawing normally, when she wants me to take a break, I do take the break, but I can't exactly take a break when I'm live. My first anime was Pokemon. My first anime was way before your times. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly which one was the worst because I was very, very, very young. But I do know that some of the first animes that I watched were like Astro Boy, the 1980s version, Captain Harlock, and Giant Rebel Grandizer, which in French were each Capitaine Albator and Goldorak. That was my first three ones that I can say. Battle of the Planets was my first anime. Oh yeah, Paul is older, that's right. Battle of the Planets, isn't that Gacha Man in the original title? Because I believe it is. You know what? I'm going to look it up just to confirm it for myself. Yes. And a fun fact, the character designer for Battle of the Planets is the same character designer for the game that my stream is themed on. Yoshitaka Amano, same guy. So yeah, the guy who did classic Final Fantasy is the same guy that did Battle of the Planets. He also did Dimitan, which completely fricked me up because Dimitan is like this really cute anime about a frog. Oh, Maya B. I remember Maya B. in French. My first animes were Maya B, The Little Bits, The Noodles, and The Adventures of Little Koala. They were dubbed and on Nickelodeon Junior. I didn't know they were anime at the time. Yeah, me neither. Like, especially for Dimitan and Maya B. But as I grew up, I could see that they were definitely made by Japanese studios. Like, I watch a lot of anime. Like, Remy, No Family, The Three Musketeers. I watched the anime version of The Three Musketeers. It was actually really, really good. Also, I have the Wind art book collection of Yoshitaka Amano, which encapsulates all the art he did from Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 10. And I actually got it for like $60, which I think is a really good price for the quality I got. I like art books. I even have art books from games that I don't play. Because along with references, you want to have inspiration when you work. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, they bought the rights to dub kiddie anime real cheap. As long as it wasn't for kids. I used to not understand why there are barely any in-betweens in anime, but then I learned about budgetary restrictions. Oh my god. Hanna-Barbera in the 60s. That's all you need to know. You want to talk? You want to talk about budgetary restrictions? Lordy. Hey, boo boo! I have a shirt color even if I don't have a shirt! Because like that they can animate my head without animating my body and they save money! Hoo-hoo! Of course you know, that's why I said that's all I need to say. Because who doesn't know about Hanna-Barbera in the 60s? Because, honestly, when you study animation and art and comics and stuff like that, you get interested in all that stuff, and then you learn why it looked like that, and you're like, oh. Like you're talking about no in-betweens, and I'm thinking about this really, really early like anime quality of really, really early Lupin the Third and stuff like that. Oof. Alright, we're almost done. Not for kids. The dub of Samurai Pizza Cats is better than the original according to many. They didn't provide a Japanese script, so they winged it while dubbing. Oh my god! Well, that must have been fun. Did you know that Warner Brothers bought this kids show to Banana Splits and turned it into an R-rated horror movie? Oh boy. I know. Plus on top of that, I think they're making a Banana Splits cartoon right now, not based on that horror movie. I also did hear that they did that to use a rejected script for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, because at first Warner Brothers had the rights to make the movie, but then it got switched to Blumhouse because Scott didn't like what they were doing with the Freddy license. That's what I heard. I didn't talk to Scott myself. I'm not that much of a big deal. That I can talk to Scott Cawthon myself. Just imagine some young babies who's liked the show and watched it. They made a movie? I want to see the movie! Ah! quote-unquote Five Nights at Freddy's movies I really want to see is Willy's Wonderland. Because I don't know, the idea of Nicolas Cage not saying a word while destroying robots. Like, I've seen clips, and the more times I see clips, the more I want to see the actual movie. Is incredibly hilarious to me. I really want to see that movie. Comic looks fantastic, Sharon. Thank you for a great show. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Good to see you drop by, Sam. Okay. Paul is done. That's my cue to speed things up. Paul need to get his walker and his Imodium. Sounds like Sis and Kane. Of course, there's a lot of people that went as silent Nicolas Cage when half the fun of is him talking. But the fact that he doesn't talk just makes it funnier because he's still Nicolas Caging. He's definitely still Nicolas Caging. And he's got these robots trying to kill him, and he's just like, I just want my car. I don't have time for this. Come on. I've seen clips of the Banana Splits horror movie, and it doesn't look as fun. But that's just me. A lot of people probably enjoyed it. I don't really feel like seeing it, but I do want to watch Willy's Wonderland. Like, even the other characters don't understand why he's doing the things he's doing. We know he's doing it to get his car back because it was broken down. He doesn't have any money for the repairs, and they don't take cards, so the people in the town tricked him to spending a night inside Willy's Wonderland to clean it up. And he wants his car back, so believe you me, he's gonna clean up the place. There. Of course, there are templates for speech bubbles, and there's literally the ellipse It's a speech bubble where the shape is already made for you, but I don't like it because like it pinches the sides too much. Doing it the way I do it leaves more room for me to put my text in. Here are some templates that I do like to use, however. Mostly these ones. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to hide this, because when it merges automatically, when I try to resize the new speech bubble, it resizes the entire thing, and I don't want that. What I want to do is slide in, put it anti-alias maximum, and turn down the brush size a little bit. And now I can fit it around the text. And now I can merge. There we go. Ta-da! And I do believe that with that we're done. I think I have one last sip that I'm not gonna take because it's full of tea leaves. Yeah, I need to put a little bit of white in my action lines. We're gonna do that using the lasso fill. Okay, second look over, and after that I believe we're done. Yep, we are done for today. So as usual, I would like to give extra special caramel drizzled sparkly thanks to our supporters, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K, Miss Innovis, David F, and Marianne J. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have the time to do these. Of course, next live stream is going to be next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week, I hope. I love you all, and bye-bye.